Want to know how to set up a default environment for your Security Copilot? Stay tuned. So now we've provisioned our capacity for Security Copilot. The next step, which starts straight away in the wizard after that, is to set your default environment. Now, here we can see that it's telling me after the setup of Security Copilot is complete, that capacity setup, that my customer data will be stored in the United Kingdom. This location is based on the tenant associated with this account. You can read more about how Microsoft protects the data by clicking on this link. So let's click continue to this and see what comes next. We have some choices here. We can choose to help improve Copilot if we want to share data gathered from your organization's use of Security Copilot, including user prompts, the security information that's accessed, and Copilot's responses. You can change these settings at any time, so you can toggle these on and off as per your organizational preferences for things like privacy and compliance. I'll leave those on for the sake of the demonstration and click continue. Then we get some more information, Copilot's access and storage of Microsoft 365 service data. And it tells us that after setup, Microsoft Security Copilot will integrate seamlessly with multiple M365 and Microsoft security products that your organization has licensed. This integration will allow users to query information directly from those products in the Copilot standalone, which is what we're in here, and embedded experiences. And what it's referring to there are within things like Purview, Defender, and Entra, etc. The data is copied, processed, and stored by Copilot. Choosing not to access and store Microsoft 365 data, you can choose not to share your service data with Copilot in the owner settings page. However, your organization won't be able to use Copilot with Microsoft 365 products like Purview. So that's a key consideration. Let's click on continue and see where it takes us next. Okay, logging audit data in Microsoft Purview. There was briefly a skip this section for now, which then disappeared, which was interesting. But let's see what it says. Security Copilot uses Microsoft Purview to process and store your admin actions, user actions, and Copilot responses. This includes data from any Microsoft and non-Microsoft integration. You can learn more about logging Security Copilot data from this link. Then we move on to storage. Microsoft Purview will store your audit logs in the region where your Microsoft 365 data is stored. And then you can click on the link there to learn more about Purview's data residency. Then we move on to setup. If you've already have Microsoft Purview Audit turned on, no further setup is needed to view admin and user actions. And you can learn more about Purview Audit from another link. And then finally, we have information about Microsoft Purview Data Security Posture Management for AI. Prompt and response content and metadata is available for capture and review with Microsoft Purview Data Security Posture Management, DSPM for AI, and you can learn more about setting up Microsoft Purview DSPM for AI from this link. So, we've got a choice to make here at the bottom of this page. Allow Microsoft Purview to access, process, copy, and store customer data from your Security Copilot service. I'm going to toggle that onto on, and I'm mindful that at the bottom here it tells me that you can change your selection anytime on the owner settings page. Let's click continue. Okay, now we have Copilot Usage, and it's talking to us about contributors who can access Copilot, but Copilot responses will vary based on existing user permissions to Microsoft security products. After setup, owners can manage access from the role assignment page. So, who would I like to add at this point? After setup, I can view or change the selection from the role assignment page. I'll actually choose no one and add them later, but let's just quickly click on view roles so we can see what is recommended for Microsoft security roles. And users who are assigned any of these recommended roles can use Security Copilot within the Microsoft security products they already have access to. So if they have Entra roles, these roles can be found in the Microsoft Entra Admin Center. We drill down there and we can see that this applies to things like application administrator, application developer, attribute assignment administrator, and attribute assignment reader. And more, in fact, as you scroll down. I actually thought that was the extent of the list, but make sure that you look through everything there. For Microsoft Purview, we start with communication compliance and we scroll down, we go things through things like data catalog reader, data governance administrator, and more. And then finally the defender roles. And this is more of a catch-all. Any custom Microsoft Defender XDR roles that include Security Copilot permissions. So there we go. Click on done. And I'm actually going to, before I click that, let's just have a look at owners. So owners access to Copilot includes additional functionality like owner settings, plugin management, user monitoring, role assignments, and more. So global administrator, which is what I'm logged in as here, and security administrator will have those ownership roles. And I'm just going to tick no one and add them later for that. So it looks like to proceed, I'm going to have to click on something here. So interesting. I can't select continue for some reason. Okay, so after relaunching securitycopilot.microsoft.com, it took me straight back into the tour, and I was able to get back to the point I was at, and now I can click continue. So I think that was just a minor glitch. So let's pick up where we left off, and I will actually add the recommended security roles that we looked at a moment ago. I'll click continue. Let's see where that takes us next. And we're all set. So here we go. My organization is ready to start using Copilot to investigate incidents, analyze suspicious scripts, summarize recent threat intelligence, and much more. I've got some Azure resource links here, my capacity name, which I set up in the previous video, which was actually something different. I didn't actually complete that. I started again and called it CPFS. I think in the previous video I called it Security Copilot Capacity. We've got a subscription there. We've got a resource group, and it's in Europe West. We can share this link with our security colleagues who we've provisioned, and we're good to go. We can finish. So let's click on finish, and we get some prompts to try. We're all good to go. What I'm interested in, though, is whether I'm going to be able to see this in Purview now. So let's take a look. So I'm back in the Purview compliance portal now. As you can see, my Copilot button is at the top there. Am I going to get any results from it this time? If I click onto it, yes, indeed. So what have we got? Get AI generated summaries from Purview product documentation. Start with our suggested prompts, or type your own to ask Copilot to summarize a topic or find related information from product documentation. Include solution names for relevant responses. Okay, so some examples here. Troubleshoot, how do I fix issues with automatic labeling and MIP? Learn, how do I set up a DLP policy? And ask what permissions are needed to get started with insider risk management. So let's just click on one of these as an example and see what it tells us. So we've got a response generating right now. And it's generating. It's not necessarily the fastest. But there we go. To set up a data loss prevention policy in Purview, here we go. We're getting the steps. I mean, this is all well and good. You could find this in learn.microsoft.com quite easily as well from the standard Copilot, just microsoft.com/Copilot or copilot.microsoft.com. So that's pretty good. Let's click on view prompts, and we can get some other examples. How do I view and analyze reports? How do I grant permissions? How do I fix? How do I access? How do I export and download content and e-discovery? That's an interesting one. Let's take a wee look. And there we go. We get a very comprehensive report output there for how you can do exactly that. Let's just see if I can type something in. Show me the most recent DLP alerts. Let's see if we can find anything there. Okay, so to view the most recent data loss prevention DLP alerts, you can use the portal. Oh, that's not quite what I want. Interesting. I think what's going to be best here is if we leave this video here for now, and I swat up a little bit more, and we'll do this in a further video. And there you have it. 2 steps out of 3 for this short video series complete We have onboarded to Security Copilot. We have set up our default environment. The third and final part, which I'll cover in the next video, will show you how to offboard should you decide it's not for you. And you might want to seriously consider this if you're just playing around with Copilot for security. As I've already mentioned a couple of times, you have to be very careful of those SCUs, as those charges can mount up very, very quickly. Someone I know got charged £700 for having it running for just 2 days. Not something you want to have, and you'll have to go back to Microsoft and argue very strongly a case to get your money back. I digress anyway. Let's wind up this video. Thanks for watching as ever. Give me a like, a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I do appreciate your support. Always, it's never taken for granted. Okay, we'll see you on another video very, very soon. Take care, stay safe, and travel well. Bye for now.